Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of Perspectives with Big Bro. I'm your host, comedian Lonnie.
I'm the Flash.
How you feeling?
Shit, like a Nelly video.
Oh! Boy, Nelly had the game on the chokehold when he dropped. Is he getting hot in hell? Shit, that's what the weather heating up even more.
Yeah, because it's kind of like trying to pump fake the rain.
Yep.
It's like, it's going to be 95 degrees, but it's going to rain.
Uh-huh.
But it's not going to rain. Then it's going to rain.
You don't know what it's going to do. Which one is it? Is it both of them?
I think it's that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bet. Yeah, we got an eventful show for y'all, so make sure you tune in. We got clips. Yeah, you know what? Let's just dive into it. We're going to get right to it.
I'm about to dive in.
Than their fathers. If I can, based on the things most women want, are men today better or worse than their fathers and grandfathers?
I think that generally the traits of our grandfathers isn't something that women innately, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, want out of a man. I think that masculinity, I think that pragmatism, that realism, that sometimes can come off as coldness, all those things.
Let's get simple. So men today make more than their grandfathers.
Okay.
Men today on average are more educated than their grandfathers.
Okay.
Men today are more emotionally intelligent, emotionally authentic, whatever you want to say, than their grandfathers. Can we agree on those things? You could also make the argument men today are more handsome than their grandfathers. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh. On the flip side, are women today, based on the things men value, are women today better than their grandmothers?
No.
Based on the things most women...
They better at twerking than their grandmothers. That's about it, though. That's about it. I think that they can twerk. That's... What else can they do better than their grandmothers? Act bad. They can... But also, I don't think the men are. I can't say better or worse though. You think that's a thing that can even be compared? I'd say it's different.
Well, it's different. It's different because, to the point, a lot of women want that man. You remember the granddaddy who paid all the bills. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The granddaddy who made sure the car was fixed. Granddaddy who fixed everything around the house, right? Mm-hmm. So they want the benefits of that guy, but they don't want the other part of that guy.
What's the other part?
The other part was he's not home. The other part of that guy was some felt like he was emotionally unavailable. Mm-hmm. Some even though granddaddy had like a third grade education, granddaddy worked his ass off. But that granddad also was the same. Those grandfathers were also the same fathers and the same people that funded the civil rights movement. Mm-hmm. So he was very, very important in the community. Mm-hmm. But he ain't got the cachet to, he ain't famous. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, can I get what I'm saying? It's a trade-off. Mm-hmm. So now the guys now are more educated. So, but the fix stuff around the house, we do less of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're more emotionally in tune. So now we say more than our grandfathers said. Mm-hmm. Like our grandfathers, when they had a problem or they felt some kind of way of this something, you know what I mean? They would they wouldn't say anything. They'd just go to the other woman's house. Kind of get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, now these guys, it's a difference. The men have, that's why I asked one day about evolution of the man. You know what I mean? They say we're just totally different. Kind of get where I'm going? Get where I'm going? Yeah.
No. I get you. I'm just soaking it all up.
Like granddaddy never went to all your games. Mm-hmm. Granddaddy didn't go outside to play with the kids. Granddaddy worked 18 hours a day and came home and wanted to sit at the table, big piece of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now but the modern woman really don't want that type of guy now. Now they want the benefits of that type of guy, but they really don't want that type of guy.
They want the dude who'll be a millionaire and got all the free time in the world.
Got all the free time, be all about them.
Yeah. And also I would say to that, like it's just times was different though too. So it's very hard to compare those, even to the women. Like I was being funny with the they twerk better and all that other stuff, but like it's just it's different. It's very hard to compare them. I just look at the times.
Because what happened was the modern woman black society has changed. Right? Mm-hmm. Once upon a time, before the 70s, we were the most married, right?
Uh-huh.
We had our own communities, we had our own thing, we had our own shit. Right?
Has black society changed?
Very much so. Think about it.
Have things changed and black people stayed the same?
No. We have not stayed the same. Some people say we stayed the same, but we have not. Yeah, think about it. We came from slavery, 1865. You know what I'm saying? When we went from being sharecroppers to, all to the 1900s, and, we had to have our own communities. You know what I mean? Our communities didn't have much, but we had each other. We had the barter system. We had the blacksmiths, the barbers, that. You know what I mean? We had all of this stuff until the to the 60s. Mm-hmm. And we was the most married because all we had was each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we didn't have the single mother type shit. You know what I mean? Even if you had a woman who was fast, a man came home from the war and married her because he wanted to make I want to make an honest woman out of you.
That's where that come from.
Yeah. I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I want to take you from your dad's house, make an honest woman out of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Then you guys moved and you settled into your own thing, and she was a housewife or a school teacher, or she was a nurse, or she cleaned houses. She didn't have the ability to work at Fortune 500 companies because her main job was to tend to the home. Mm-hmm. Even if she was a teacher, even if she clean people's houses, she did that when the kids were at school. Mm-hmm. She was always home when them kids got home. Or the older sibling took care of those responsibilities. You know what I mean? So, but in the 70s, when the factory jobs went away, because a lot of people, especially you're from the Midwest, Milwaukee full of old factories.
Yep.
Right?
And Detroit. Yep.
Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis, all down, all down that, you know what I'm saying? All that's industrial. Pittsburgh, all industrial, right? So they start taking the industries out of the communities. Cause that's the thing about it, everybody worked at the factory. Mm-hmm. It's like your daddy worked at the factory. It's either you went to the military, you went to college, maybe, or you worked at the factory. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That was it. We didn't have that many choices. To what you're trying to, like, people don't realize the more choices we made our choices. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We made choices like, well, I don't want to work in the factory. I'm too good for that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then you get a woman say, well, I'm too good to be a housewife. I'm bigger than that. I'm a queen. I should go get a job like here. Mm-hmm. I should work here. You know what I'm saying? So when we went through, when all of that happened, what happened afterwards was what we have here. Mm-hmm. Then you had people who are now my mother's generation, your mother's generation, when they saw their mothers tend to Big Daddy. Mm-hmm. Oh, why my mama slaving over a stove for a man?
Mm-hmm. They looked at it as lesser than.
They looked at it as being less than. Mm-hmm. So what happened was they was like, I would never do that. I'm gonna get some education, so I don't need to slave over a stove. Mm-hmm. So you took slaving over a stove to take care of your children. So you X that out to go, working a white folk job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once that trickled down, see, we're the product of those kids. We the latchkey kid. I mean, I'm the latchkey kids. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all little brother. So I had to be home early.
Y'all was the latchkey. We like the joint key. We the move engine. Right? That's what I call it.
No. Yeah, because like we're the latchkey kid. We're the last generation of your mama ain't home, so you got a key to the to your house, and you better open the door when you get home. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. See, y'all the little brothers. Like I said, you and my sister around the same age.
Yeah.
So y'all had us to come home and cook the food for y'all till when mama got home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all had to be the parents.
Yeah, we had to be the parents. But unfortunately, that backfired on a lot of us because a lot of us act like the children. Because we had to be parents and grown people so early, 13, 14, 15, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of us started hunching early and had babies early. You know what I'm saying? Because we already took care of our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Then that became acceptable in our household. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa had to come help take care of the baby.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, you preaching, and the timeline is right on. As I think about it.
And this, going back to the factories, when they took the factories out the neighborhoods, right? Mm-hmm. Those men who weren't educated, because most of the men were not educated, they didn't have nowhere to work at. So that's when they started selling drugs,
turning alternative.
But a lot of them started doing drugs. See, once again, like we were talking about this. Remember on BMF when they were selling the drugs at the factory? Mm-hmm. That was true.
Yeah.
So a lot of those brothers went from the sniff to when they lost their job, they couldn't buy cocaine no more. So get what they bought then? Crack.
Hard stuff.
So the factory brothers was doing the crack. The brothers who came back from the Vietnam, they were doing that boy, the heroin. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because it was the coke because we didn't have no more. So that's when they started taking us out the home. Mm-hmm. And the mama, they was like this. They were giving them incentives to go to school.
Yep. Get a check.
Get a check. Yeah.
That's why that's exactly why I always be saying, I'll be like, we be back and forth arguing with men and women in the black community. And it's like, it ain't really neither one of us that need to take no accountability.
No.
I think that we done with that.
Yeah. I mean, we both got to take accountability. But the problem was, the men was so messed up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like once you took a man's livelihood away, he started doing the drugs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once you took a man's livelihood away, he started doing the drugs.
Yeah, it's like, what else you got left?
So and also because he's emotionally fucked up. Get what he started doing then?
What?
Taking out his anger on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave her more reason not to want to be bothered. And they gave the kids who are me more reason to be like, I don't want my daddy Ike Turner. See, isn't truth into that. Mm-hmm. But it's not the whole mass of the community. It's a lot of truth into that.
Yeah. I feel like we be taking the horror stories and we amplify them too much though. So like the all that they think that all guys are Mr. Harpo and Ike Turner and all that. Like we just take that because like even a lot of people that I talk to, or a lot of like even women, men, like they don't actually know
anybody who actually been through that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just this thing I heard.
Or they're a generation removed from it.
But then that's when the media and stuff comes in, because then you got all these like crimes, all these crazy shows, and then people hold on to them. They be like, look, see, that's the example. You'd be like, that's one out of like 20 million.
Think about it. I remember when I was a kid, Lifetime was the only people I ever seen with the snapped, but I can't remember what it was called before then. It was called something else on Lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lifetime was always the movies. But think about it. What women used to do, watch Lifetime.
Yeah.
So Lifetime painted a picture of men being bad people. Mm-hmm. So it was created for us to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
For us to be bad. We're bad people.
Yep. And then I think reality TV comes into it, and that messes up even more.
But
that took
reality,
about
see,
like
but that's
50.
but reality TV was more so to destroy you and the guys after you.
Yeah.
Because in your primitive years of 6, 7, 8, that's when reality TV came out. Mm-hmm. See, reality TV. I remember the first groups of reality TV when I was 11 to 12. It was the real world. You know what I mean? When people stopped being nice, started being real. Mm-hmm. But after that, they was like, "Shit, we can make money." But you remember me? You talked about that years ago, because remember they had that writer's strike. Mm-hmm. So what they said was, "These ain't actors. Mm-hmm. We just
don't
gonna get
need
here.
no lines.
We don't need no lines. Just
Yep. Go ahead. Made so much money off
made so
of
much
it.
money."
Yep.
Yeah. So when it kind of goes back to, I gave a little history lesson because the modern man is way different than our grandfathers. Our grandfathers go out there fixing the car.
Yeah.
Our grandfathers go fix the roof. See, but we was in our books. See, but women really want a happy medium. Women really want a man who can do both.
Yeah.
And us, we just want a woman who can take care of our home. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We don't care if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or you the lady who work at the school cafeteria. Men don't really care. Mm-hmm. Are you good to me?
Yeah. How you treat me?
Are you good for me? Mm-hmm. How you gonna help her? How you gonna help me raise these babies?
Yeah. Yeah. So, in your opinion, do you think men are better or worse? You should say different as well.
Well, we're just different because we lack the industrial skills, the hand skills. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of us who got hand skills, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to fix my toilet today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't have to do that stuff from not having anything, from being the only male in my house.
Yeah.
For many years, I had to learn how to fix stuff around the house.
Yeah. Damn, it's crazy. I never even thought about that. Even me too. Like growing up, I was always like I would make sure my mom got us a tool set so that I could like fix the little shit around the house.
Like my mom, like we had a tool set. Like we had to like paint and stuff. Like I tell people all the time, man, it's so crazy. Like I love suits and stuff, but my mom taught me how to pick out a suit, and my mom taught me how to tie a tie.
Mm-hmm. Same here. Yeah, now that I'm even thinking about this, like I do agree that like I said, men are different.
But the woman
Times
is, but
are
see,
different.
but the times are different.
Yeah,
that's why I
times are
said
different.
nothing has changed. It's just what we choose to go after changed. A lot of men was like, man, I don't want to be broke, so I'm gonna focus on trying to get this money. Mm-hmm. And a lot of women be like, I don't want to need no dude, so I'm gonna focus on this money. Like a dude ain't saying I want to learn how to wash clothes, so I don't need no chick. A dude's not saying I'm gonna learn how to cook because I don't want to need a chick to feed me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I want to learn how to sew or whatever because I don't need no woman sewing my britches up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But our counterparts, everything they do is for not to need us because everything about them is all about ultra independence.
Yeah. Which pisses me off. I had two questions. I'll save that question. What do you think we need to be about now? Because in my head, I think that we need to be focused on coming together. I still think we always need to come together, but I think like every generation needs to like focus on something, and then the next generation gets to do something.
I feel like honestly, we should focus on family first. I feel family should be first. Your home first should be your main focus. You as a man, your wife, your kids should be your main focus, and what you teaching at home goes out into the world. See, but we have a complex of that the world comes into our home, and that's the man's responsibility. That nothing in the world comes into our home, and that's the mom's responsibility that our brain is in this house. because your dad ain't going.
Mm-hmm.
So we focus on home. We focus on building blocks. We both focus on family. Then the second thing we got to focus on is community. Once you get that straight, you go to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to, you know what I'm saying?
You scale it up.
See, the great Dr. Umar Johnson, which, like I say, I love him to death. Some stuff I don't agree with, but he don't like doing individualized. But if you can't fix home first, how you gonna fix outside?
Yeah. Hell, that's a big problem we got even in America's in itself. Mm-hmm. Like, we sending all this money over to Ukraine. We got, we could have dealt with that money in the U.S. We could have made some change for us.
Well, they send the money to Ukraine because America need ally power. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the old gangster movie. The old gangster movie, they'll send the money. They'll send a gift over. Mm-hmm. Because I want you to remember this when I need you.
Show a good faith.
Yes.
When them folks roll up.
Mm-hmm. So what's your second question?
I don't know if I've asked you this before, but I was going to say, if there was any time period in which we could go back to and then make one change that would significantly change our outcome today, where would you?
It's the 60s and the 70s. See, people don't realize this in American society. The 60s was very, very tumultuous. Mm-hmm. You had King dying in 63, Malcolm in 65, Mega around the same time, King in 88, other Kennedy in 88, Hampton in 68, I'm sorry. Hampton in 69, you know what I mean?
It was a lot.
It was a lot. See, anybody that we had at that time that was talking economics and justice. Because at first we had our own stuff. We just didn't have the best stuff. Mm-hmm. So when those brothers start talking economics and pulling away and stop trying to go sit in counters, stop trying to go eat their restaurants. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Keep the money in our neighborhoods. Let's grow our neighborhoods. It's about the Voter Act and all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Voter Act, like, people say voting doesn't matter. It doesn't matter per se if you don't know what you're voting for. You know what I mean? So it's like you move all this, you trying to get all the stuff together. It's all about, 60 was all about community. Mm-hmm. Now everybody gone. Now there's no leadership.
Yeah. Damn.
Now it's no leadership. And now them boys come home from the war. They come home from Vietnam. And they come home to nothing but addictions. And that's why you always had gangsters. But that's why in the 70s, the black exploitation movie was nothing but gangsters and pimps. You always had hoe houses and gambling spots. But in the 70s, it was just, brothers can't get no jobs. Mm-hmm. So now brothers turn to pimps and pushers and drug pushers and players. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Women turn to, tricks. Yeah. And like I said, they got hooked on drugs.
Goddamn drugs.
Then you had the Marvin Gaye in the early 70s. What's going on? You know what I mean? Then in the 70s, you had the disco. Mm-hmm. What was going on was talking about police brutality. Disco, they were dancing. But in that same while they were cooking that, mm-hmm. They were cooking hip hop.
Yep.
While they was cooking that, they were cooking gang activity. You know what I'm saying? See, that's why it's so crazy when we talk about the war on drugs. The war on drugs is unrealistic for real. Because America letting the drugs come in. Yep. So how can it be a war on something that you're allowing? Mm-hmm. And then also, the opioid and the fentanyl, this same crisis that they had 40 years ago with the crack. But the difference is, they getting these people help. Mm-hmm. They were giving them help.
None at all.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
So we're systematically don't understand relationship, don't understand love
at all.
Then, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, the Crime Act, then the mega preacher, then that was the birth of the mega preacher and the mega church. And you know what the mega church geared to?
Amen.
All of those women who said, I don't want to be like my mama cooking. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna get me a man I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow two other men. I'm gonna follow somebody else's husband who the preacher. And I'm gonna follow God. Then the prosperity preaching came in. Then when they switched that around, instead of the men started leaving the church. Mm-hmm. Because they wasn't giving the word correctly.
Don't. All of this has led us here. And just to like even see it even broken down to this, like I wish I could do like a crazy dope animation thing of like it would just go to these points in time and show you. But like, yeah, literally, literally everything we did systematically has been like, it's just been to like I look at it like it's just been to steer us the wrong way. Like
because what else? Once again, when you're not family, you're bickering. Mm-hmm. When you're not family, you're pointing fingers. You know what I mean?
I think this is my thing about it. It's like, it's hard for me to like think that there's a team or a group of people that sit around and like devise these things.
Nigga, everybody in war sits down. Everybody has a 40-year plan. Yeah. Society had a 40-year plan because let me tell you something. And I'm gonna say this. A lot of people gonna disagree, but I'm gonna say this. You know, after they quote unquote let us free, they didn't have a plan for us. So therefore, that's why they invented the police. Mm-hmm. Police hypothetically was to serve and protect, but the police was just like the slave catchers. So it was the jail, the people that they felt were doing wrong. Mm-hmm. Then that's when in the 30s they started making bills, the alcohol bill. Weed marijuana bill. They start making marijuana legal because you can tax it and anybody can grow it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's all systematic. So when we stayed in our corner, everything was fine. When we started trying to get out of our corner, that's when they started devising plans. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's about to get even worse, even with this election. That's about to be a whole thing. I'm sure we all gonna be arguing back and forth on who, what, and ain't nobody gonna be doing nothing for us.
Steve, and then also, and then when we start getting a little political consciousness, that's when they brought the alphabets in the game. So when they throw the alphabets in the game, now you ain't colored no more. You ain't a color no more. You ain't a nationality no more. Now you're a thing. Mm-hmm. Now you're a pronoun. Mm-hmm. So you care more about the pronoun than this here. We all one. Yeah, we all one. Like Chuck D said, no, we not the same because we both we don't got the game. How we all the same and one of us got the game and one of us don't. Mm-hmm. And it ain't and what the problem with us is in our community. We be like, well, they live better than us. Well, because they didn't. We never can get a structure, and they always been on their structure. Mm-hmm. So, I don't really hate them for having a structure. I hate it for us for not having a structure, but I can't be mad at us for not having a structure, because as a whole, we know a structure don't exist, but it's so out of reach.
Yep. What y'all think?
You know what I'm saying? Now they trying to take away affirmative action.
Oh yeah, with the college admission and stuff like that.
Then somebody gonna say, "Well, they trying to take away my son going to Yale." Won't you make Morehouse at Yale? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when Beyonce and JayZ was they were boycotting the Oscar, or not the Oscars, the Grammys, but wouldn't show up to the BET Awards.
But here they owned by the same people, so it didn't really matter. It was all owned by the same people. So it's like, okay, I don't reason I'm gonna show up here because it's a color thing. But at the end of the day, once you get finished jumping over and figure out who the hell this is this, now they all owned by the same person.
I can't really.
It's all the same.
Hey, Tyler Perry, did you buy BET or not? I'm still waiting on that official word. I just felt like if I'm buying BET, y'all gonna know like the minute. I'm gonna show y'all pictures of me at the office.
Well, hypothetically, he doesn't have to buy BET. He has his own BET.
What you mean?
Dude, half the shows on BET Plus are Tyler Perry shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't like he need their programming.
The crazy thing is he just has a solidified distribution method. Like it's
But yes or no. But see,
there.
the key is like how we're in film. We got to learn how to learn. We got to learn the game about distribution.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's where the money at.
Yeah.
That's where the legacy at in distribution. How can we distribute good content? Mm-hmm. How can we constantly distribute good shows?
Mm-hmm. Hey man.
I say it all the time. The brother, Mr. West, told Sway that he didn't have the answers. But Sway did have the answers.
And we had this conversation before.
Told you, but hey, they ice ain't colder, bro. And until we understand that, and that mentality, the same mentality a lot of us had in the 70s. We have no choice. We'll perish. We need their handout.
I think my only problem with Kanye is I think he didn't come back and give the knowledge that he got from over there.
They can never come back and give you the knowledge. I keep explaining. Who comes back and give you the knowledge? Name me one who came back, got the bread from them, and came back and gave you the knowledge. Who? Ain't no one here. But ain't any folks Harry Tubman. But these folks are not leaving the door open for you. Shh,
I mean, yeah. And I guess to that, some people would say, well, they employ people of.
Of course, I'm gonna give you a job. Getting a job is never the issue with us. Understanding the job and being able to teach the job as an outreach to others is the problem. Mm-hmm. Getting a job is never the problem, y'all. When you're educated, you can get any job you want. That's not the problem.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could just create my own little island and go to an island and just start my own little population of people.
You do got your own island, a family. Mm-hmm. You teach your daughters that twerking ain't acceptable. That they don't say, well, where she go to high school and the girl's twerking? She be like, I don't want to hang out with y'all twerking. Mm-hmm. Oh, girl, you the eyeball. Yeah, I'm showing y'all I'm the eyeball. And stop telling our daughters they queens. You're a prince. You're a princess. I'm going to show you how to be a king's wife. Mm-hmm. Somebody going to be mad about it. Well, I just said somebody going to be very, very upset about that.
Every time.
Oh, because you ain't got to be. Yes. You don't have to be. You can survive without having an arm. Doesn't mean that if you had an arm, you can do much better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you not having an arm, that didn't stop you, which is a blessing. But imagine if you had it. Mm-hmm. I can't think like that. Okay, that's a problem.
Hey man, y'all better join this conversation. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and just write y'all thoughts. What y'all think? I always love having this conversation because I'm just like, can we like course correct.
Well, he course correct because of our conversation that we're having. Mm-hmm. That's why I saw somebody in our comments say, man, the girls ain't gonna like y'all saying that. Because they don't want me to tell you the truth. Yeah. Ladies don't want me to tell you the truth. And they're going to say, well, those are all excuses. No, everything I said was a fact. Now, what do you do with your facts and you write a report? I don't know much.
Me neither. Hey, man, I just be showing up and doing the Lord's work. So won't you come? We invite you to come. Come on, get this other side of enlightenment, making yourself better, as we say every time. Make sure y'all follow the IG page as well and the TikTok. I need to put that in the description too. And it's coming. This thing is coming to Apple Podcasts very soon. Very soon.
Hey.
So we going up with this content. Especially all the clips we got. Oh man, I was watching some of them clips like about to turn up the fire.
You got to.
About to turn up the fire. So. Just like Benny Hanna, you know, when they put the oil and then he got
it like a stir fry. hey, as long as you don't open your goddamn mouth for that damn chicken.
Yeah, no, I'm tired of niggas. Nah, don't catch no meat in your mouth, cross no table.
Pause.
Yeah, like it ain't even no pause because I don't need y'all to do it. Don't be catching no meat in your mouth. That's
Pause.
wild, very wild. So I don't know who be doing. Then they be doing the little squirt bottle you squirt it and nigga.
Not to shut your goddamn hand.
Ain't for you. What you doing? You scaring the hoes. Come on now. You being one of those. This is what you being. All right. Anyway, but as always, I'm Comedian Lonnie.
And I'm the Flash. And we out.
Peace.